I am just so over this already. Past few months, I've realized just how bad my social media addiction actually is. This week, I wanted to challenge myself by deleting my social media in an attempt to cure my addiction. With this challenge, I wanted to see what would happen to my mood, my productivity, and if after the 5 days, if I would still feel the need to doom scroll. I can already tell you right now that this challenge was not easy, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Today's video is a challenge that I'm not looking forward to at all. Firstly, I needed to set some ground rules for myself because if I didn't, then I would probably scroll social media. So let's get into rule number 1. First things first, I just out of muscle memory have been opening TikTok and Instagram and have began scrolling just because my thumb knows where it is on my phone. So together, right this second, we are going to remove Instagram and TikTok off of my homepage. So that way I cannot muscle memory click and begin scrolling anymore. Instagram and TikTok are officially off of my home screen and not so easy to click on anymore. Second thing, we are gonna keep track of my screen time the next 5 days. Right now, it's at 10 hours and 12 minutes is my daily average. No one's screen time should be that high. We're gonna keep track of my screen time the next 5 days just to see how much it really goes down and if social media is really my problem or if it's just my phone. Rule number 3, I just wanted to make it clear that Pinterest and YouTube were not a part of this because Instagram and TikTok have lots of negativity. Pinterest does not have any negativity and my YouTube specifically does not have any negative content on it. So Pinterest and YouTube will not be a part of this video. I don't have an addiction to those. And lastly, rule number 4. If I, for some reason, want to post something on Instagram or TikTok, I'm allowed to go in, post the video, but I have to immediately get out. I can't start scrolling. I can't answer comments. I can't do literally anything else. I just have to post the video and get out of the app. That is the one time I'm allowed on Instagram or TikTok is to post. I want this video to be more of a diary and like a follow along with me rather than this is what I am using to replace doom scrolling. However, there is a little bit of that, so do stick around. But now that our ground rules are set, let's go and hop into day 1. So day 1 began with normal life things. I needed to go by the grocery store, and just after a few hours of not having social media, this is how I felt. I already feel left out. I'm seeing some of y'all like comment on my YouTube videos and I want to comment back. And I think I'm gonna allow myself to. I'm gonna allow myself to comment back on YouTube, but I don't think I'm going to allow myself to look at YouTube analytics because I need to put myself back into the headspace of I'm doing this because I love doing it and I love creating content, and I'm not doing this for the views. I'm not doing this for the likes. I'm not doing this for the subscribers. I'm doing this because I love to do it and I love to create content. So I think I'm not gonna allow myself to look at analytics, but I do wanna comment back to you guys because I am posting a video this week. So I don't wanna just post the video and go ghost. And I love talking to y'all and I love answering y'all's comments so much. So I'm gonna allow myself to answer y'all's comments, but not look at any sort of analytics on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube at all, which is gonna be really hard. So anyways, this is already rough. I just got out of the grocery store, so I haven't really allowed myself to be bored yet, but there will come a time later today and later on during this week where I am going to be very bored and I'm gonna want to just scroll. But so far we're having a great productive day. Anyways, this is already really hard, but I'm gonna update y'all later on. Okay, I'm back home and I've eaten lunch, and normally after I eat lunch I'll sit here and I'll doom scroll for like 30 minutes, but just the fact that my Instagram and TikTok are no longer on my homepage has definitely helped. I haven't opened any sort of social media, but it's also made me realize, hey, I have things I need to get done today and I don't have time to scroll social media for 30 minutes. So I'm already feeling more productive and more on top of things. I'm about to start editing my YouTube video, which will hopefully have me locked in for at least an hour, and then the boredom might set in. I'm gonna have to figure out something to do because I can't scroll. And honestly, I did not think that already I was gonna have like an issue with this because I scroll constantly, I guess. Well, off to edit my YouTube video because I have nothing else to do. After editing and working on my essay, this is where I began to go a little stir crazy. Okay, please ignore the fact that my tongue is blue. I've been eating some candy while editing. And I'm bored. I'm bored of editing. Usually when I get bored of editing, I'll just take a little scroll break. And by a little scroll break, I mean like an hour scroll break. And not being able to do that is really like not stressing me out, but stressing me out a little bit because what do I do? I've just been like, okay, just keep editing because it's really all I have to do right now. This is really hard. I'm struggling so bad. And this is only day 1. I'm assuming as the days go on, it's gonna get a little bit easier. But right now, this sucks. Anyways, I think I'm gonna work on some schoolwork just to get my mind away from editing for a minute and then probably go back to editing. I have been pretty productive today though, so that's really good. I guess I'll work on some schoolwork.
5 hours later.
My little update for you is that I ended up taking a nap because I was editing and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do some schoolwork because I'm a little bored of editing. I did a little bit of schoolwork and then I got bored and I was like, well, I'm not allowed to scroll social media, so I'm just gonna take a nap. And I took a nap for maybe like an hour, hour 15. It wasn't too long, so the boredom has definitely set in. I genuinely didn't think it was going to be this hard, but I'm really, really struggling. And to be honest, I've gone and I've checked like how my video that I posted today was doing on Instagram and TikTok, and then I got off, but I just don't even want to do that. But I guess we all have to start somewhere. Where my Instagram used to be is now where my Pinterest is on my home app. So I've been accidentally clicking on Pinterest with my brain thinking that it's Instagram, but then I'll just get on Pinterest for a little bit, and I don't usually doom scroll Pinterest, so I'll go on there, scroll for a few minutes, look at a few things, and then I'm off, I'm done. So this has really been a struggle. I'm gonna try to hobby it up after I eat dinner, just see what I can get myself doing tonight, because I am just so over this already. So I decided to indulge in a little bit of extra skincare tonight. I wanted to do a face mask, and this one's no fancy face mask at all. It's literally like a sulfur face mask, but decided to do a little face mask. There's a fly in my bathroom that was just going insane. And then after doing my face mask, I watched a little bit of Traders. I was catching up because I was behind. And then here's my little debrief of day 1. So I'm currently catching up on the Traders, and every single commercial break I'm wanting to go and scroll, and I can't. So I'll like click on Pinterest, I'll like scroll one time and I'm like, okay, I'm already over this. I just want to watch TikToks or Instagram reels so bad. So every commercial, I'm literally just sitting here staring off at the TV, which is like normal. It's a normal thing to do, but all of us are constantly looking for something else to do when the thing that had our attention no longer has our attention. I woke up this morning thinking this is gonna be an easy challenge. Like I can go without social media, and boy, was I so wrong. Even just within the first hour, I was out of muscle memory clicking on Instagram and TikTok. During my workout, by the way, why am I even opening my phone during my break time while I'm working out to scroll Instagram? It just does not make any sense to me, and it just really goes to show that this challenge is very much needed for me. But once I realized I was doing that, I took the apps off of my home screen, which has been very, very helpful, by the way. So honestly, if you're wanting to do this challenge, definitely start there, because that has been probably the most helpful thing so far. I haven't gotten into any hobbies yet today, and I will in this video probably tomorrow, because there is a scrapbook page that I want to do that I'm actually really excited about. I obviously do want to show like little bits and pieces of things that I'm doing and the ways that my life is kind of changing and things that are different throughout this 5 days of me not being addicted to social media, or, you know, trying to get rid of my addiction to social media. I just looked at my stats, and today my time on TikTok was only 14 minutes. Genuinely don't know how that's possible, because I didn't scroll today, so I don't know. And then on Instagram, it was like 30 something minutes. Again, don't know. It could have been from this morning when I was accidentally clicking so much on them. So we'll see tomorrow how that kind of goes now that it's off my home screen and everything. I also felt sick earlier today, just thinking about how much I could possibly be missing out on, like not having Instagram or TikTok. Anyways, I just was really feeling left out today. Hopefully tomorrow's better, and I will see y'all in the morning. Good morning and welcome to day 2 of curing my social media addiction. This morning has actually been a lot easier than yesterday morning was. I woke up, I texted my boyfriend good morning, got off my phone, immediately got out of bed and did my workout for the day. So I'm already feeling way more productive. I haven't been on any social media. I went to TikTok for 1 second because a brand had emailed me saying that they sent me a collaboration invitation, and to be honest, I couldn't find it, so I just got right off the app. But besides that, I have not been on any social media this morning. So far today, it's going well. However, I haven't yet reached a state of boredom yet today, because it's not even 10 a.m. yet. So we will see as the day goes on how bored I get. However, I do have stuff to do. I have something for school due tomorrow, but I want to get it done today. And then I also need to finish editing my YouTube video that I started editing yesterday, and then hopefully not take a nap. But that's my only update so far, and we'll see how the rest of the day goes. Trust me when I say I'm very aware that this angle of me is actually atrocious, but I worked on my essay for many hours. I want to say like 2.5 to 3 hours. And while I had any sort of break, I made sure to kind of fill in the holes with reading instead of watching YouTube or even scrolling Pinterest, just because I wanted to reduce the amount of scrolling as much as possible. But it's really hard to read when this book is so boring. So I'm currently eating a snack, and normally when I eat literally anything, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, whatever it is, I have to turn YouTube on. However, although YouTube is not a part of this no social media thing, I am still gonna try to limit it because I will get distracted. Like once I eat lunch and I'm watching YouTube at the same time, I can sit there for hours upon hours just watching YouTube even though I'm done eating lunch. So I'm eating a snack while also working on schoolwork, while also watching Tinkerbell in the background, just so that way I don't start a YouTube video and then I get distracted and then I tell myself, oh, I'll continue schoolwork when I'm done with this YouTube video. No, we're just gonna watch Tinkerbell, work on schoolwork, and eat a snack, and also obviously have no social media. So I'm like having to take deep breaths because sometimes I feel sick to my stomach just knowing that I'm not allowed to scroll on social media. And I know that sounds so dramatic, but that's literally the whole point of this entire video, is because I do feel this way about social media. I do feel sick to my stomach knowing that I can't see what my friends are doing or what my friends are posting, really, because I know what they're doing. I talk to them all day, every day, but I'm not in the know of what's going on right now on social media. So it's rough, but we're getting through it. Okay, while I do my skincare, we're gonna do a little update on the day. I have been so productive today. Like I got my outline for my essay done for English, and which took me like 2 hours. And then I've spent the rest of the day editing my YouTube video, and I got that done. I just have to do the thumbnail now. And so that will be posted tomorrow, which is so fantastic because I just stress. And when I get stressed about something, I immediately just go to TikTok or Instagram and doom scroll. But I didn't doom scroll at all today. Barely even like clicked on the apps. I can't wait to see my stats tonight to see what the time is saying. I've only clicked on each, I think twice, to check how my video I posted yesterday is doing. So that's all I've done. And it's been kind of crazy. I'm feeling a lot better today than I was yesterday. Like yesterday was just honestly terrible. I just felt so out of the loop and bored out of my freaking mind. But today I've been dealing with boredom a lot better than I was. Like I said, we were gonna hobby it up a little bit in this video, and I decided to do a new scrapbook page, and it's an F1 scrapbook page, and basically it's just gonna keep track of all positions from every driver every single race, and I am so excited about it. When I record this, the first race is literally this weekend, and I could not be more excited, if I'm completely honest. I love how this page turned out, and oh, I love it so much. I've been sitting here for hours upon hours. It's 10:30. I started this at, I want to say like 7:45. I've been sitting here for so long, but I've been enjoying it and I haven't scrolled at all. I did take like a 10-second break. I turned on YouTube on the TV because I was originally going to watch The Bachelorette, but then I realized it comes out on March 22nd and not February 22nd. So I ended up just finishing my pages instead. But yay, I'm so happy that this is done, and I'm probably just going to go to bed now and watch some YouTube and probably read some of my book because I have to get that book read. I have a goal of reading at least one book a month, and I cannot let myself down the second month of the year. Like it's not gonna happen. So I probably do need to also read some more of my book. But again, today has been much easier. I've been a lot more distracted today than I was yesterday, I feel like. So it's been easier to not scroll on my phone because I literally can't. I physically could, but I don't want to. I don't want to lose this challenge that I have for myself. Anyways, I still feel very left out from the world, but I feel like I have a lot more positive vibes in my life because sometimes scrolling on social media, it's just so negative. Anyways, that's all for today. It's been a pretty easy day. Tomorrow might be a little easy as well because I do plan to be very occupied tomorrow. I'm gonna go to bed and I will see y'all in the morning. Hello, we are on day 3 of no social media and curing my social media addiction. This morning, I accidentally somehow made my way to Instagram. I opened one story and was like, oh my gosh, I'm not supposed to be on here. And so I got off. I have no idea how I even got there in the first place. It might have been from my tabs, but I don't know. I don't know how I got there, to be honest. But that's it. I haven't opened TikTok at all today. Haven't opened Instagram. Other than that, we're doing okay. But I am distracted today because I am cleaning my closet out. I'm filming a closet makeover, so I am a bit distracted. But again, while I'm eating lunch, I watch YouTube, and then I also just want to scroll. So bad. Last night, my stats were like in the seconds. So I think TikTok was like 14 seconds and Instagram was like 30 seconds. So that's crazy that I was only on those apps yesterday for a few seconds. As of right now, I really haven't felt the need to scroll today at all, besides like, it's kind of just the want. I know I don't need to, and it's becoming a little bit easier to just put it in the back of my head and be like, don't really need to scroll today. So it's getting a little bit easier. I still obviously want to scroll a little bit, but it doesn't feel like I absolutely need to scroll or I'm gonna feel sick to my stomach like I did on Monday, like the first day that we were doing this. That's my little update for day 3. Obviously, I'm gonna update y'all more as the day goes on. I think I'm gonna read one chapter. Literally, the chapters are like 30 minutes long, which is annoying, and the author just talks a lot about herself. And I'm like, listen, you're supposed to be helping me here, not telling me your life story. So again, anytime that I got a break, especially after eating lunch, I wanted to sit down and read, and this book was extremely boring. But also during my break, I decided to get outside and take a little walk with my doggy. And I just think it's so important, especially since I'm really trying not to scroll and just stay off of my phone in general and decrease my screen time, that it's super important to just get outside and in nature, especially now that it's warming up. After going to dinner with my sister and my niece, I came back home and put away some clothes that were just laying in my closet. I cannot wait for this video to come out and y'all to see, because it's genuinely going to be the most insane transformation. Okay, hey, little update on my day. This day is coming to a close. It's 9 p.m. and I know I haven't updated much today, but it's because I really have not been on my phone or just like interested in my phone really at all today. I've been really busy. Like, me right now laying in my bed is the first time I've laid in bed all day long. I've been cleaning up my closet all day, and then I went and met with my sister and niece for dinner. I've just been so busy today, but I also haven't really wanted to scroll today, like at all. And it's also making me want to go do more stuff. I am such a homebody, but now that I can't scroll and really have nothing to do, I just want to go places. I want to do something. I think that's obviously a really great thing, but I am watching a new episode of Below Deck right now, so I'm pretty entertained. Right now, I would say day 3 has gone very extremely well, and I'm curious to look at my screen time for tonight and just see how long I was on my phone today, because I don't think I've been on it very much. So day 3 has gone smoothly, and I only have 2 more days of this. I do miss posting Instagram stories though. That's my only thing. Like, I just miss posting in general, which yes, I said I was allowed to post, but at the same time, I'm trying not to, because I don't want to be tempted to scroll, you know what I mean? But anyways, I will see y'all in the morning. This morning, my dog woke me up at 6:30, which I have not woken up at 6:30 in a very long time, but I let him outside, and then I came and laid back in bed, and I was gonna try to go back to sleep, but I do have an appointment for my car this morning, so I was like, okay, well, let me just stay awake. And usually I would scroll TikTok or scroll Instagram for like 45 minutes to an hour, not even kidding, just laying in bed. But instead, I went to Pinterest, I scrolled for maybe 10 minutes, and then I got out of bed and did my workout for the day, because originally the plan was just to not work out today, because I was gonna get up a little bit later, eat breakfast, and then go straight to my car appointment. But I was like, oh my gosh, since I'm awake and I'm not scrolling, I don't really feel the want to scroll anymore. Like, there are definitely times still where I'm just a little bored and I'm like, I wish I could just scroll for a little bit, but it's not like taking over my mind, if you know what I mean. I'm just feeling way more productive than I normally am, because any given time that there is a slight bit of break in my day, I will scroll and scroll and scroll, and then I get nothing else done that I need to get done. So then therefore I'm just not productive at all. But the past few days when I'm not allowed to scroll, I've been getting literally everything done that I need to get done. I just feel so much better. And again, I'm feeling a lot more positive than I was when I was scrolling social media constantly. I've really just been trying to live in the moment so much more rather than scrolling on my phone. And even now I'm trying to limit my screen time. So yes, I am allowing myself Pinterest and I'm allowing myself YouTube, but when I have a moment to just chill and take a break, I'm trying to fill that hole with reading instead of watching YouTube or scrolling on Pinterest. I'm not as busy today, so I am a little bit nervous about how I'm gonna feel about not scrolling today, but I will be back to update very soon. Hey, little update on my day. It's already 4:24, so we've had quite the day already, but when I went to go get my tires done on my car, I was gonna drop it off and walk across the street to the Walmart. However, I was like, you know what, let me just sit here. It's not gonna take that long. And I was like kind of freaking out because I was like, normally I would just sit here and scroll on TikTok or scroll on Instagram, and I didn't even scroll on Pinterest because I didn't want to scroll something. I just kind of wanted to be in the moment, kind of, because I did end up watching a podcast on Spotify, but even then I wasn't just focused in on the screen the whole time. There was a big window where you could watch them like work on the cars and stuff. So I really just listened to the podcast while watching them work on my car. It was not a bad experience at all. Like, not even being able to scroll was not a big deal. And then earlier today I went outside because it's so nice outside, and I genuinely was just able to sit there without scrolling on anything. I scrolled on Pinterest for a little bit, but then I just sat there and took in the nice weather, took in my environment, and just enjoyed the moment. And I feel like that's what most of us are missing because we're constantly scrolling on our phones. And even now, like, not being able to scroll, I'm noticing how much other people around me scroll so much. I'll just be sitting and not scrolling and kind of looking around because no one's talking to me because they're scrolling on their phone. Today has been really good with not scrolling, and tomorrow is my last day. And I'm really feeling positive about the fact that after this, I probably still won't be too big into scrolling anymore. Like, I feel so much more open-minded to the rest of the world and the outside world around me rather than what's in my phone. Anyways, I will update again later, but that is just my little update for right now. I'm in the same exact spot that I left y'all. However, I have been quite busy, and I say that, but I've been quite bored as well. Like, the boredness is definitely kicking in. However, earlier I really wanted to scroll, but I'm not giving in, just to let you know. Giving in is not an option. And I also at the same time had to get a little video done and sent in to the brand because it needed to be sent in by tomorrow. I went ahead and did that, got it completely edited and sent in, and I'm so proud of myself. I was trying to do some editing earlier for this video. Actually, I was gonna edit the intro, and I did edit the intro, and then CapCut decided to update and it deleted everything. Literally everything. So I am, unfortunately but fortunately, downloading Final Cut Pro to my computer, paying the $300 because this has happened with CapCut so many freaking times, and I'm genuinely just so over it. And I'm kind of ready to just amp up my YouTube channel and, you know, do so much better and lots of more in-depth editing. So I'm really hoping that Final Cut Pro can be that for me, because I know that Final Cut Pro is what like most YouTubers use to edit their videos, and I know why, because it's probably so much better than CapCut. CapCut is just all over the place and very, very sporadic. So that's what I'm doing now. And then in just a minute, we are going to do some bedazzling, because obviously what else am I going to do? Anyways, we are going to be doing some bedazzling. I have been really into these little F1 cars because I just got into F1 at the end of last racing season. And so I'm really excited for the new season to start. But I got the F1 blind bags, and I ended up getting my favorite team, which is Mercedes. And I actually already got one of these like a few months ago. It might have been last month actually. Me and my boyfriend got some, and I ended up getting an Alpine car, which is not one of my favorites, but I still loved it, and I ended up bedazzling it. So we're gonna bedazzle this one as well. Hey, I forgot to update, but it's currently 1 a.m. and I'm still awake. I'm about to go to sleep. I have my bonnet on and my like headache cap. But anyways, I looked at my screen time for the day and it was a little higher than yesterday's, and it's because, I'm assuming, because when I went to go get my tires done today, I like watched a podcast on my phone, and also I just wasn't as busy today as I was yesterday. Anyways, it's still better than 10 hours, which is what we started with. So I'm very happy to see the numbers drastically go down since I'm not scrolling anymore. Tomorrow's the last day and I'm going to get some sleep. I'm not gonna be as busy tomorrow as I was the rest of this week, so we'll see how this goes with my last day of no social media. But I'm like kind of excited to be able to scroll again, but at the same time I don't feel the need. I just want to see what I'm missing out on. That's basically what I'm saying. But anyways, I'm gonna go to bed and I'm gonna see y'all in the morning. Hey, it's literally 2 p.m. No, it's 1:30 on the final day of no scrolling. Something happened this morning that has never happened before. I was scrolling on Facebook without even noticing. I am not a Facebook person. I never, ever go to Facebook unless it's to like see an update on my neighborhood, because we have a neighborhood Facebook group. So I think what happened was I got a notification for something that my sister had posted, and I went on there and then I just kept scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. It wasn't anything like bad. It was a lot of like neighborhood updates, city updates, you know, like stuff like that. It wasn't like the Facebook reels. So I don't know if that counts. I got off of it as soon as I realized that I was scrolling on Facebook. That's been the only thing this morning that I have done today. That's the only thing today that I have done or like scrolled or whatever. But I mean, really, this is going well. I say going well. I've been wanting to scroll mainly because I just want to see what everybody's up to. Like, I was opening Instagram yesterday to check because I had posted on my Instagram channel like a little thing for y'all to answer. And so I wanted to go check on that super quickly. And at the top, you know, where you can see like all the stories of like who's posted a story. So many of my friends have posted stories and I want to go see what everybody's up to and I want to open them, but I can't because I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to do anything besides post something if I need to, like post a video. I haven't posted on stories at all just because I kind of didn't want to include that. That's the only hard part that I've been really struggling with the past few days, is just like wanting to see what all of my friends are doing and what they're posting. I do think that social media is my problem. I don't think that the phone is my problem. Today's gone well. However, I'm a little bored today. I'm trying to do some video planning and I'm looking at new lenses for my camera because this one that I have to color grade quite a bit because the colors on it just aren't great. It's the lens that came with the camera. So I'm looking for lenses and doing literally whatever else I can to kind of like plan YouTube stuff. Sorry, that was really long and winded, but I will see y'all a little bit later today. To end the last day of this challenge, I finished bedazzling my little F1 car. I honestly have enjoyed so much just sitting down, putting on a show or a movie or YouTube on in the background and just doing a hobby because it just feels so much more like I'm living in the moment and I'm not looking at what everybody else is doing with my life, and instead I'm creating my own life through hobbies, which I love so much. But I watched a little bit of Sophia and got on with the rest of my night. I feel bad updating from literally the exact same spot that I was earlier. It has been a very chill day. I've actually caught myself scrolling on Pinterest more than I normally would, but it still hasn't been terrible. Like, I'm not doom scrolling Pinterest. It's just been my go-to the past 5 days if I want to scroll. But even then, it's been more out of habit than like actually intentionally going to Pinterest to scroll, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna do an entire breakdown of this last 5 days tomorrow, but I just wanted to give you all my little update for the day. I have been terribly bored today. Again, not really feeling the need to scroll TikTok and Instagram. I am excited to actually like be able to scroll social media tomorrow, but I feel like it's gonna feel really weird and I'm still gonna feel like I'm not supposed to be doing it, but I'm still obviously gonna try to limit myself. And I need to look at my screen time from today. I'm sure it's worse than the past few days because again, today I was not busy at all. I didn't do much. So if it is worse, don't be mad at me. I just didn't have lots to do today. Anyways, I'm gonna watch episode 2 of Drive to Survive, the new season, and then I'm gonna go to bed because I am going out of town tomorrow and I am so tired from doing nothing today. Let's get to the final review of these last 5 days of no social media and what my life was like without social media for 5 days. Okay, this challenge was not easy whatsoever. I am such a social media person. I love posting on social media. I love seeing what everybody's up to constantly, and honestly, I am so nosy. So if anyone posts an Instagram story, I'm immediately gonna click on it and I just wanna see what everyone's doing. So to say the least, this challenge was definitely a challenge for me. Day 1, I felt sick to my stomach more than once because I felt like I was missing out on so many things. And I mean, come to find out, I'm not missing out on anything from not being on social media at all. Obviously, day 1 was the absolute hardest. I was really struggling. This is really hard. I'm struggling so bad. Day 2 definitely got a little bit easier, but I was still struggling with wanting to click on Instagram or click on TikTok. And even though I did move them off of my home screen, you're obviously still very tempted. And I was just accidentally clicking on Pinterest because Pinterest ended up moving to where my Instagram was just after I like took Instagram and TikTok off of my homepage. So I was scrolling Pinterest a lot more than I normally would, but still not doom scrolling. But it was kind of like a filler for Instagram, basically. But it still was not doing it for me. It's not the same as Instagram or TikTok. Day 3 was probably the easiest because I was cleaning out my closet, and closet cleanouts literally take forever. I'm still actually filming my closet clean out and it's a week later exactly. That definitely kept me really distracted, and I went to dinner that night, which kept me even more distracted. So I didn't really have time to think about clicking on any social media or really anything on my phone at all. Day 3 was actually the day that my screen time was the lowest. And then day 4 was definitely better because I mean, it had already been 3 days without social media, and once you kind of realize that, oh, I don't need this, and I actually have so many other things that I could be doing rather than scrolling social media, it really just clicks in your head that you don't need to be scrolling. So day 4 was much easier. Day 5 was easy, but also just knowing that I was gonna be able to scroll the next day made it a little bit more difficult. However, day 5, I spent literally all day trying to figure out Final Cut Pro on my computer because I finally downloaded Final Cut Pro. So I mean, that definitely distracted me as well, and I was just having a really chill day because I was leaving town the next day, and normally on Fridays I go hang out with my boyfriend, but since I was leaving town the next day, I was just at home doing absolutely nothing because I had already posted my YouTube video for the week. So I wasn't filming, I wasn't editing, I literally just watched YouTube, watched a few movies, and kind of rotted in bed without doom scrolling, which is honestly a crazy experience because usually bed rotting consists of a lot of doom scrolling, but that was not the case for me because I was not allowed to doom scroll. So overall, this challenge was hard, but it did teach me that there is so much more to life than scrolling on your phone and seeing what everybody else is doing with their lives. Because genuinely, towards the end of it, like day 4 and day 5, I could not have cared less about what anybody else was doing. I was just worried about me, what I was doing, what I could do to have fun, what I could do to make my life interesting. And I kind of mentioned this, but I wanted to go out more. Like, I want to go do more things because I don't really have anything to do when I'm not scrolling on social media. Like, you don't realize how much time scrolling takes up until you can't do it or you're just not doing it. So I highly recommend doing this challenge for yourself because it taught me so much, and I honestly should do it again because it was really good for me. The weekend after the 5 days, I was out of town and I was busy, but the few seconds that I would click on Instagram or TikTok, I was so bored, and that is not an overstatement. Like, I would get on Instagram or TikTok, scroll maybe like 2 times, look at 2 videos, and get off of it because I was bored and I was over it. I'm now able to catch myself when I'm doom scrolling and get off and do something else because I know how bad it is for your brain. But yeah, even now, I'm still kind of bored with Instagram and TikTok and even Pinterest. Like, I just want to get into so many more hobbies. Do comment below if you have any hobby suggestions. I know I literally have a video of 70 different hobbies that I could go watch, but I'm like looking for the nitty gritty, you know what I mean? Anyways, this video was super duper fun to film, and if you did make it this far, I really seriously appreciate you so much. If you did make it this far, comment this emoji to confuse everybody else in the comments. But I loved spending this time with you so much, and I really appreciate you being here. But anyways, that is the end of this video, and as always, I'm gonna love ya and leave ya, and I'll see you next time. Bye.